Scott,
What's up, Eric?
I got an idea.
Tell me about it. The Idea Tank Podcast. $1 million ideas coming at you now.
You're in the Idea Tank, where we change the world one idea at a time. Thanks for listening.
Great to have you here, guys. Excited for the show today. So, Eric, what I want to know, how are you going to change the world today?
Scott, television is a sick, limping animal, and we're going to put the death nail right into its heart.
Ooh, really?
But no animals will be harmed because this is just television.
This is, and a podcast.
And a podcast? What?
We're doing a podcast, too.
Yeah.
We're not going to kill any animals on the podcast.
Correct. Well, not that they would know in Studio 4, because we have the gain turned on our mics such that you can't hear what's happening.
Trickery.
Like all capitalistic movements, the death only happens to the sick animals that nobody wanted anyway. So this is a very good thing that's happening. And it's not us this time. I'm actually going to make a call to the what's the phrase? Call to action.
Call to action.
I'm going to make a call to action to our listeners to do something very tangible. Some of our ideas get big.
Mm-hmm.
This one is
specific and clear, concise.
Doable. If you got the talent, you
Excellent.
can do this.
Does this mean there will be no rebroadcasting of the Roseanne show?
Oh my.
I heard they were going to come out with a new Roseanne show. I don't know if it's rumors or what it is, but I heard that and I'm like,
oh no, you saw that on the video that was on the Idea Tank Twitter feed.
Ah.
Yeah, we're posting videos, articles that either represent great ideas or have a great perspective on what's going on in the world.
Mm-hmm. Or just great ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Scott, how are you going to change the world?
I'm going to stop your parking lot rage. You know, when you drive around a parking lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to solve that today.
Great.
Excellent. So what's going on in your life?
All right. I am very, very close to violating the main principle, the main rule of Idea Tank. Do not implement ideas.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's good.
I'm still doing coding school, and we're to the point now where I've got a couple done. Been working on some APIs, which is
I don't know what that is.
good. Well, I'm about to explain it. And this will
Broaden my world, Eric, please.
Okay, an API is it's the answer to the question, what is going on in that company? So Amazon, they've got a lot of data in that company, a lot of information. So if you want to know the price of one product, you can access that data through the website. But what if you want to know the price of that product and every other product in the category since the beginning of time, or 1993? That's something you would have to access with an API. So it's access to big pools of data.
What does it stand for?
I don't know.
Oh.
And that might not even have been an accurate description. This is you're getting the student's view of what it is. I'm trying to access all this data in my program, and that's the tool that you use. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I think on our last podcast we talked about how one of our ideas is basically we have the internet is just, and like YouTube is just a huge collection of information, and it's really good, but it's not really organized all that well.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of the future is, as we see it anyway, future is organizing that data so that people can get the data that they want quickly and easily.
Yeah, so this is...
So it's, instead of going to your library and remember the index cards everything was written on?
Yeah.
You don't have to do that anymore.
Good. I didn't pay attention during that part of my library class anyway.
My mother would be offended. She was a librarian.
Yeah, as soon as I said that, I thought, I don't mean any offense to the librarians. They were always nice people.
Yeah, they're great.
But they fed us lies about the future, Scott.
They did.
So that's what's going on. I'm trying to build a program, build my portfolio, get hired by not one of the major companies, not because I'm humble, but I wouldn't qualify. But I'm really looking to get hired by a company that's just trying to solve simple problems. such as access data. I
Excellent.
like the way you said it.
Excellent.
Scott, what's going on in your world?
A couple things. I'm also very close to violating one of the main tenets of Idea Tank podcast.
Do you think iTunes will shut us down?
I don't know. There might be some mafia behind it that just come and knock on our door.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on an idea. We'll see what happens with it.
Okay.
I'm not going to reveal what it is unless I actually do it. But it's a cooling technology. I will say that.
Ooh.
But even more, I have a video for you to watch.
Okay.
And for people watching, I'll post this on the Twitter. But
At
Idea Tank Podcast. And so this video is of a new vehicle being unveiled today at Kennedy Space Center.
Oh my. All right. So, do you want to describe it?
It's 6-wheeled transport for Mars. And if
I might have had an impact in this vehicle. Believe it or not.
really?
It depends how the wheels move.
Oh, no
Are
way.
these the wheels that are omnidirectional?
No, this is not omnidirectional
Oh,
wheels.
okay.
We're referring to what's called the it's Lunar Electric Rover or Habitable Airlock, one of those two. But does this vehicle not remind you of?
Now I'm looking at a picture of the Armageddon vehicle.
Yes.
That went and drilled in the meteor. Is
Yep,
that right?
Ben Affleck and
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does it not remind you of that vehicle?
It doesn't. And for the listeners, there's something that you should know about Scott and I. We differ on our interest level in space.
Mine on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most. Mine is 12.
12, yeah. Mine is 0.
Really? Why 0?
Well, 1, because of the way it's funded. Hashtag libertarianism. We don't need to go into it.
Hashtag Elon Musk.
Hashtag, yeah. I mean, that's more of like the practical stuff of it. But like,
They get government money.
well then, into the bin with them, the trash bin. No, yeah. I just wish that I desire that everything is voluntarily funded. I think that's a great way to be.
Cool.
So I don't want to spend money on rockets that go up into space, allegedly get to the moon.
Yeah, I didn't tell people what I actually work on at NASA, and it's the new set for the Mars landings.
The new
set.
What's
recording
a set?
Video recording studio.
Oh.
So we can.
I get it. Yeah.
But no. Anyway, back to the rover.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There's a new astronaut class being announced. It's tomorrow, June 7th, and I just saw that rover, and I just thought, oh man, I hope one of these people looks either Bruce Willis or Ben Affleck, because that rover to me looks exactly like the Armageddon rover.
Yeah. No, I can.
Very similar.
I can appreciate the excitement that the space people get out of these things.
Well, should we jump in the idea tank?
Let's jump in. Me first or you?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
We both did scissors.
All right.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We both did paper.
You did karate chop.
Is that not paper?
It's always paper's hand down.
Oh, well then karate chop definitely beats paper.
Okay.
I'm going first.
You go first.
All right, so we're putting the death nail into the sick animal that is television. Just saw a stat that said 66% of the money demographic, that's the 18 to 49-year-olds, 67% have access to television, cable specifically. 86% have access to YouTube. 68% have access to Netflix, and then comes cable TV. So TV is already the minority party. in this. I'll give you another example. Late night television, such as Jimmy Fallon, Stephen. Is he Colbert now? Are we still going Colbert? Who's the other guy? Do you know?
I honestly can't keep up with them. There's so many people.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel.
So those are the major networks' nightly news. It's kind of that thing to say, hey, the day's over. I want to relax, get a little bit of information and a little bit of entertainment. So here we go. Mm-hmm. They average about how many viewers do you think they get a night? Each one?
A few million?
A few million, yeah. Like 2 to 3. They're in that range.
Which is not an incredibly lot because the population of the U.S. is what? In the
325 million? Now compare that to somebody like Casey Neistat. He's getting about 2 million hits a night. Or he was a while ago. I haven't checked lately.
Okay.
But he's moved from 2 million subscribers up to now I think he's about 6 million.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Now that's a daily guy. You even have people like Dude Perfect who are up to 18 million subscribers. I mean,
Dude Perfect's from A&M. Gig 'em eggs.
So if an advertiser, a simple advertiser like Ruffles Potato Chips or Toyota, Chevy Trucks, which were 2 sponsors for Dude Perfect, if they want to get their product in front of eyeballs, they're 6 times more effective using a YouTube channel, Dude Perfect, than they are Jimmy Fallon.
I'm speechless.
It might be a little bit of an unfair comparison because Dude Perfect doesn't release content on a nightly basis to fulfill that need of like, hey, I got 30 minutes to an hour. I just want to kind of chill out for the night and sit down with my family or spouse and, again, be entertained and be informed, some sort of combination. But Casey because Casey does a daily vlog, and it's about 10 minutes. And there's plenty of other people. So what we're seeing is the change is there. And so here's the idea. And again, this is one that if this rings a bell in your... rings a bell? If the idea tank light bulb goes off in your mind that, hey, I can do this, then you will have the secret sauce to make it happen. And I'll also make the disclaimer, not everybody can do this, period. And so the idea is you can be your own station manager. 6 million people a night, 6 to 9 million people a night are sitting down for an hour to watch these late night shows. How about you, listener? If you know the world better than these people and you can make me laugh and give me more information than them, go and find the YouTube videos of the day that are excellent and package them together. Just like a host would do. Guide me through the information that you've found, because I don't have time to do that. Most people don't. That's why they sit down and watch Jimmy Fallon do that for them, or The Daily Show. Bring the information to us that's out there. You can duplicate what they're doing, just pop culture, news. But now that we have YouTube, you don't have to do that. There's a video that we'll throw out there on our Twitter and in our show notes. It's just this guy. Have you seen it? The super data entry guy.
No, I haven't.
He's in a convenience store and he's got a little number pad on his side, and he's just typing real fast.
Oh yeah. No, I have seen that video.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Do you know what he's doing?
No.
He's doing inventory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that guy's not Hollywood pretty, right?
No.
He's not doing something that affects the masses.
Mm-mm.
I mean, but 3 million people watch that video. So one of these channels could be not like Jimmy Fallon that's covering all pop culture, but just focusing on real humans that live in America and the interesting things that are going on in their life. So if you...
like the Humans of New York.
Exactly.
Type thing.
Exactly. There's all niches that we know about that station managers on CNN and ABC, they're doing now. And there's niches that we haven't even thought about, such as before there were Humans of New York, someone had that idea, like, I can do something different. And it was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the secret sauce, again, the disclaimer is, I'm not saying you can, if you watch YouTube videos for fun, that you can package together YouTube videos in an interesting way. This is a difficult job to do, to pick the right ones.
So why is it difficult?
It's why is it difficult?
I would say I think it's difficult because just a large quantity of videos out there, large quantity of data that gets generated per day,
Right.
and you have to be the one sifting through it.
Yep. And you have to pick a niche that fits. I think that's why the
Yeah.
default is sensationalist news, because it hits the mass number of people. But not everybody is hungry for sensationalist news.
Mm-hmm.
So there is market share. Let me now, speaking to listeners, if you think you got the secret sauce, let me put the carrot in front of you, because you might not know. Are you familiar with Scott? Are you familiar with CP Gray?
Nope.
He's the guy who made the video about why caffeine is awesome. It's like flash animation with a voiceover. He's the guy who made the video about why the penny should have been retired in like 1902 or something.
Mm-hmm.
He makes excellent videos.
Never heard of him.
He's at the strength level of someone like Dude Perfect.
Okay.
He put a video on, what do these YouTubers make? Because the standard economic carrot that's out there for people is you put content on YouTube, and then YouTube will run ads before or in the middle or overlaying, and that brings in revenue, and then you share that revenue with YouTube.
Mm-hmm. It's
like outsourcing one of the best advertising marketing departments in the history of the world.
Yep.
Instantly. It's amazing. His rule of thumb was every million eyeballs you get on your video, how many dollars do you think that is?
$1,000.
$1,500.
$1,500. Okay.
$1,500. So Casey Neistat pulling in 2 to 3, let's say 2 million viewers a night on average. That's $3,000 a day. That's $750K a year. Not only that, but that's just kind of your base. From there, you can add sponsors on top of that to make more money. The other end is I know a YouTube channel. The name is Engineered Truth, and he talked about how much money he makes. He only had 100,000 subscribers.
How much money does he make?
He was leveraging that with a lot of other marketing streams to get $10,000 a month.
Understanding. Somebody needs to just go and put together a YouTube channel that filters all of the content out on the internet and filters it down, tears it apart, and puts it condensely packed into one or a few videos or a few articles or something like that.
And specifically enough video content that will fill that 30 minute to an hour time frame that people have for nightly catch up with entertainment and information.
So what I'm wondering is how is this really different from some of the things that already exist? And
Go on.
I'm thinking of websites like Dig
No,
or Geekology.
Well, the answer could be absolutely nothing, Scott.
Yeah.
Because these ideas probably exist since you and I are not the smartest humans in the world. Dig. I'm looking it up right now. So what does Dig do?
So one of the things that they have, it's just basically a big internet filter.
A news aggregator.
Yeah. So this website has options where you can sign up to get I think they call it like the best videos of the internet in your inbox today or like weekly. So it's kind of a summary. So it's a big filter. And so I'm wondering how you differentiate your idea from websites like this that already exist.
Yeah, so what I had in mind was that the model that the TV networks have, I assume will continue, because your host, the face of Dig, is nobody.
Yeah, it's a website.
I'm assuming there's somebody who's better than Jimmy Fallon or as good as Jimmy Fallon that can pull in bigger numbers because they're through YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So host me and guide me through the information that's out there.
Got it.
It's passive because that's what the late night show is right now.
Yeah, you want to sit down and listen to something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And don't be biased that the bias that comes with a big company is. I mean, that's not like a shot at anybody. That's just the way big companies are. There's so much baggage. So you would be you'd be a freer type of host.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the answer to your question is, host me through this process.
Got it. So do you have any examples of how this can be done?
Well, what you could do is make a video that narrates your reading through Digg. So, like, here's an article. Here's the title about, this one says about the internet and NSA spying. And then go through and with screenshots have a voiceover where you're reading key quotes of it. One direction you could take is like an editorial, your opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my interpretation of this information. Another way is good old-fashioned journalism, where you're just reporting what you think is key to understanding these articles.
Mm-hmm.
So just a voiceover with all the screenshots of your journey through this information, or Twitter hashtags. What's going on in the world of electric skateboards,
Mm-hmm.
or what's going on in last mile transportation. How about there could be, nobody would do a late night show just on Elon Musk, but you could do a YouTube channel on Elon Musk Daily, or what's their group called? The PayPal Gang or something?
Oh, I'm not sure.
PayPal Mafia. At first I was like, I don't want to call them a gang. That's kind of rude. But their nickname actually is the PayPal Mafia. I want to know what's going on. Like, what are they doing? And so someone could just say, Elon Musk today purchased a giant burrowing machine from Krang and the Shredder, because who else makes those? Only
That was a
someone.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reference.
Yeah,
wasn't
remember
it?
they had that thing?
Yeah.
I had the toy, and you push the wheels and the
Oh,
cone
nice.
on the front.
Yep.
In the advertisement, they showed that machine coming out of the dirt.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I had it in my possession, and I was in my the living room, like the playroom,
Mm-hmm.
and I was on the carpet, I'm like, how do I get this to come out of the carpet? And I realized, like, I don't think I'm going to get this done.
Yeah, I think that the trick with this idea is getting somebody. It will take a lot of work, but that person that does it and is the face of it needs to have the skill.
Yeah.
It needs to have a special amount of talent to be able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And not everybody can.
Yeah, that's the harsh reality of it. The expression, you got a face for radio.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, and I'm like, yep, that's why we're doing a podcast.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. And what is some people, they've got a voice for blogging. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
If you don't have a voice, you can. I mean, this would never work on the Tonight Show, but you could have. Maybe you're really good at understanding good music,
Mm-hmm.
and you can just have the music and overlay with key quotes from the articles that tell the story, because a lot of entertainment is storytelling.
True.
And all that information is out there, and it's story time, right? I mean, that's what these shows are. Like, I'm done with my day. I want to hear a story.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in the world? That's why the Facebook feed, story time. What's going on in my friend's world? So it's who can tell the best story.
I have an idea for a channel,
Go.
a YouTube channel. Are you not entertained?
Hosted by Russell Crowe.
Exactly. Exactly. No, I like the idea. I think there's definitely profit potential. It's all about doing it consistently and having good content.
The barrier to enter this market is gone.
Absolutely.
No longer do you have to go and beg to make the coffee of a studio manager. 86% of the money demographic is there. Cable doesn't even have what YouTube has. If you got it, you just put it right there.
You know what that means? Somebody's got to do it.
All right, Scott, are you ready to jump into the idea tank?
I'm ready. So, I'm assuming you've been to Walmart before, right?
How did you know this? Is it the NSA? Did they tell you?
I work for the government, so kind of know these things.
Okay.
Parking. Tell me your experience in the parking lot.
Oh, I've got a strategy.
Yeah, what is it? Parking the way back where like the RVs park?
I'm like a running back. One cut and just commit to a lane.
Mm-hmm.
So I pick a lane, and if there's a golden spot, I take it. Otherwise, I park in the back and I'm done. But then I normally have to walk a pretty far away.
In Houston, that's not fun.
No.
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out a good way to say it. Say like my frustrations with parking lots and just parking in general. Just hate it. It's terrible. I think the best way I can say it though is I feel the total depravity of man in the parking lot. It's like people cutting off, like families walking out of the store trying to get a parking lot for themselves. It's just a mess.
Man.
And
So initially, I don't have the parking lot rage as much as I do like traffic rage
yeah.
and the inefficiencies that come with that. But so like
Well, traffic rages can be solved by one word.
tolls.
Boom. Somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, give me a month. Well, that's an idea for another time.
Yep.
But it's done already.
Yep.
And a lack of whining about it. If you want to get from A to B, we can solve that in a month.
There you go. So here's my idea.
Yeah, go.
So this idea is just basically some type of device that you either like attach to the surface of pavement or something that you bed into the pavement for each parking spot.
Okay.
And that device has a sensor in it that can determine if there's a car that's parked there or not. I think a lot of the stoplight sensors that you go to, if you notice under the concrete, there's a big square or rectangle cut out, and there's something they actually embed in the ground there. And I've heard it works on magnetics. I'm not sure, because whenever there's a car there, it's a big hunk of metal, and it can determine if, like, yes, there's a car there, or no, there's not a car there.
Do you know what it probably uses?
What?
Science.
Science. It uses science. So this device uses science to determine if there's a car parked there
Good
or not.
plan. Sounds smart.
I know. It's all that science. So anyway, this sensor can determine if there's a car parked there, and it updates on an app on your phone.
Okay.
And you, as a user of the app, can pull up the parking lot on your phone to determine where a parking lot or parking spot is, or, and I think this is the clever feature of it, it automatically integrates with either Google Maps or Apple Maps, and not only tells you like, hey, I want to get to Walmart over here, or Costco, or wherever you're going, it tells you that there's a specific parking spot and how to get to that specific parking spot.
So you're telling me instead of Google Maps navigating me to the opposite side of the street that I need to be on, it can actually get me right to the ideal optimal parking spot.
Exactly. Through integration with this app and using Apple Map technology or Google Maps. And so all this information is updated real time, and it updates as cars come and go, as you're driving to Walmart or Costco or Kmart if they exist anymore. Not only can you use it for like those stores, but I think this would be a great product to be applied to downtown public parking and in like parking garages. So you don't have to go up like, or expectations, right? If you go on a parking deck and you wind up going like 20 flights of stairs or 20 flights,
yeah,
it's you get frustrated. But if you knew you were going up 20 flights, it's like, okay, I need to go up here to get the best parking spot.
So this might be revealing, much like as last week Scott said the recent Captain America movie, and that revealed that he's not following Marvel because it's been about a year. I think this reveals actually how nice we have it in Houston, because parking
Very true.
in Houston is so nice that we don't have this in place. In other places, they do have these smarter parking garages. Like in Austin, where it's more densely Austin is our capital, and in Texas, it's a more just densely populated area where they have things that are built on top of each other, and that's generally in America. City density is largely dependent upon government policies of how far you can sprawl out with your construction. Houston, there's no limit. So we are spread out. So really, anytime you go to Walmart in the suburbs of Houston, you got yourself a parking spot. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to search for a better one or park way out in the boonies and then walk past all those pots of gold, that being empty parking spots on your way. But in Austin, they have where you pull up to the parking lot. I think it's for Whole Foods, and it tells you how many of the available parking spots remain on each deck.
Yeah, I have seen that before, but it doesn't tell me how to get to those parking spots.
It doesn't. That's the last integration. So I thought that I saw in downtown Houston. Okay, I saw in downtown Houston an advertisement slogan that made me think that they were doing this because they said,
"Oh, no way!
Stop searching for parking spots." And I think that's all it said. It's like, well, then how do I find a spot? So I want to say they're doing that with downtown Houston, but I'm not sure.
Are you telling me somebody's done this?
I think somebody's done it. I'm not sure if in Houston, we just had the Super Bowl there.
Yeah.
And my friend and I, we went down there twice, 2 nights in a row.
Okay.
And we parked a 10-minute walk from the main festival, 2 nights in a row in downtown Houston.
For free?
For free.
Yeah.
For free. Right,
That's
right across
wonderful.
from a nice restaurant that we stopped and we ate afterwards.
Nice.
Free. Like that's unreal. We stayed a night in Chicago. There was nothing fancy going on. We paid $50 to park in the garage overnight.
Good night.
Madness.
Yeah.
So all that data would be collected by the things that are in the parking garage, and then Google Maps would access that data through an API, and then integrate it. And that's how you integrate it into the map and complete Scott's idea.
There we go.
And when I say Scott's idea, I'm really hoping it means their idea.
Yes, it's your idea. Please take it and do something with it, because I am not going to do this, and it can make me guess how many million.
Oh, like you?
Yeah.
0.
Yes.
Because we're not doing this. But it can make you, not you, Scott, but you, the listeners. Actually, we don't know. We don't know how much. Maybe an endless amount of money? Probably enough.
Enough. I like that.
Buy a nice Toyota. They're reliable. They're affordable.
A Toyota 4Runner.
Yeah. Oh, we both drive Toyotas.
Mm-hmm.
And we both don't want to control you. But I drive a Prius, so people think that. So, deconstruction. I don't really have any deconstruction. It's more just I'm happy this is going. This is like we're doing this. We got to look into it. Our New York listeners, I don't know, there's probably somewhere under 10 million of you out there. Tell us what's going on in New York City, because parking there's a nightmare.
Yeah, I would love to hear.
The problem there would be that the government owns the spots to implement the technology. Maybe NASA could do it, because they're part of the government. I'm interdigitating my hands to show unity.
That's a fancy word. Oh. Interdigitating.
Unity of NASA
and government.
And us.
And
citizens.
It's a spin-off of NASA. That's what we could call it and market it as.
Yeah. Spin-off of NASA parking. Hey, that's our show. And it's a bit of a special show as we sign off here, because these 2 ideas, they're most likely done. So please tweet us at Idea Tank Podcast. Let us know where both Scott and I's ideas have been executed, because we want to know about them and we want to enjoy them.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have ideas on how to improve these ideas that are very well likely already implemented, please let us know and tweet us at Idea Tank Podcast.
These ideas are yours, and you've already most likely implemented them. So thanks for changing the world.
Thanks, guys.